MrBeast is facing a serious new lawsuit, but both sides are telling different stories. A former executive is making major workplace allegations, while the company says the claims are false and that they have evidence to prove it. This is Internet Chaos Report. Remember to like and subscribe because we are posting 2 videos every single day. Now let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce that I believe the universe has once again stabilized. Everything is finally back to normal, or at least things are once again going the way we expect them to. And I say that because once again, the MrBeast company is being accused of something heinous. Feels like 2024 all over again. Yeah, so a few days ago, it went public that a former MrBeast employee is suing the company over claims of sexual harassment and workplace gender bias. Now, the claims come from a former executive named Lorraine Mavromatis, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She worked there between 2022 and 2025, and she claims that the harassment of women employees was condoned and complaints were not taken seriously at the business. She also
Sounds like a cool place to work at, to be honest.
Claims that she was fired after, quote, complaining about a workplace that suffered from a lack of basic employment protections. Now, obviously, these are extremely serious claims, and right now everything is just alleged. But to me, and really, I think most people, this looks pretty bad. And that is mainly due to the fact that this is not the first.
I don't know. I think women just complain too much, in my opinion.
Nor is it even just the second time that we have heard of claims like this coming from people who work within or adjacent to the MrBeast company. Now, it is important to note that none of the claims that have made it to a courtroom have been confirmed yet, but at the same time, none of those lawsuits have come to a conclusion yet, and it seems like we are back in the middle of the shit show that was the whole MrBeast situation a couple of years ago. Now, if you somehow have no idea what I'm talking about,
I forget
when I
about
say
that,
the
yeah.
MrBeast situation, wow, you've missed out on a lot, but I think in the context of this video, it's important that you're at least somewhat aware of what I'm talking about, so I'll do my best to give you a quick rundown in like a minute or less. For most of you, I realize that this will be shit you already know, but like I mentioned, this is not the first time we've heard of these claims, and I think that fact is extremely relevant when we are looking at a new lawsuit alleging the same stuff. So, with that being said, let's get into the details. There's a lot to go through. Let's begin. Please subscribe. Okay, so like I said, gonna try and get through this recap as quickly as I can, but there is a lot to go through. In my opinion, there is a lot of information that is relevant to this lawsuit and makes the whole thing look just that much worse. So basically, back in early to mid 2024, MrBeast found himself in the beginning of what was gonna end up being like a 6-month-long endless wave of controversy. And as I'm sure many of you remember, it all started with Ava Chris Tyson, a long-standing member of the MrBeast.
The fucking tranny? It should have got fired.
Channel. Allegations surfaced that there were some inappropriate interactions between Ava Chris Tyson and minors on Discord.
Oh yeah, that was just. I do know exactly what this is about. Yeah, that was disgusting.
Screenshots of everything spread rapidly, people started digging, and a whole lot of weird shit was discovered pretty quickly. And it was honestly pretty bad. Lots of seriously weird and seriously questionable behavior from Ava was discovered.
Dude, what the fuck? He used to be like the cool one in MrBeast's group too, you know? And then it just turned into a tranny randomly. The weirdest fucking shit,
On
dude.
Twitter, old MrBeast videos, and all of this.
I think it's because it watched too much porn. He watched way too much porn or something and then just turned into a tranny.
Together resulted in Ava's departure from the channel. Now, eventually, the MrBeast company announced an internal investigation into all this. A third-party law firm was brought in, and they found that the claims against Ava were baseless. Now, while that might be the case, the behavior that we could all see with our own eyes, stuff like having a fucking Shadman poster in your room visible in a MrBeast video, was pretty
What the fuck is a Shadman? What's a Shadman? Is that like some weird... What the fuck is that? I don't even... Okay, I'm gonna look this up. What is Shadman? Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, it's basically just fucking like cartoon porn. Okay. It's like a guy who creates cartoon porn or something. Yeah, that's weird.
And from that point forward, there was really no going back. The reputation of the MrBeast company was forever damaged, and it only got worse from there. Shortly after this, though, the whole Delaware situation popped up, and this one is a lot foggier. What actually went down is still not really known, but basically the main claim was that the MrBeast company hired a known registered sex offender and tried to hide that from their audience. Now, obviously, the claim—
Wait, who the fuck is the sex offender? And what type of sex offender is he? Because, you know, there's different ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds weird to say, but, like, if someone gets a statutory rape case and they were, like, 19 and the other person was, like, 17 or, you know, or if they're 18, someone's 16, it's like, okay, that's different than someone who's out here raping kids. You know what I'm saying? Or like if you're like in your 30s and you're dating a teenager, you know? So there's different ways that you could be classified as a sex offender. Another one is like if you pissed out in public. So, you know.
about trying to cover it up are just
what type of
speculation.
sex offender
Multiple
was he?
Former employees claimed that the higher-ups at the MrBeast company knew that he was a registered sex offender, but I did my best to look back into everything, and I think this is one of the things that never really, like, fully got resolved or answered. What is known for sure, though, is that in
Was it the fat guy?
some way, shape, or form, this guy was employed by the MrBeast company, and he was a registered sex offender. Anyways, after this, and honestly, I think that this is probably the most important piece of context here, a class action lawsuit was filed against MrBeast production company regarding the Beast Games, with the complaint alleged being widespread mistreatment of the Beast Games contestants, with part of that mistreatment including sexual harassment. A quote from the lawsuit claims that the environment, quote, systematically fostered a culture of misogyny and sexism. So, I mean, combine all of this with
I mean, that sounds cool. What do you mean? That's a good
one-off
thing.
claims of just general toxic workplace environments, including occasional claims of sexism and misogyny. And suddenly, this new lawsuit looks a whole lot worse than it might if none of this other shit ever happened. Anyways, so much for that 1 minute long recap. I did the best I could. I think
The fucking tranny shit's weird. And depending on what the sex offender was, that could be really bad too. You know?
that's as quick as anybody on the planet could have done that. Let's take a look at what we know so far about this brand new lawsuit. So, like I mentioned earlier, this lawsuit was filed by a former executive at the MrBeast company named Lorraine Mavromatis. And the main allegations of this lawsuit seem to be mistreatment of employees based on workplace gender bias and sexual harassment. More specifically, this article details that the lawsuit is accusing the MrBeast company of violating federal law that entitles eligible employees to take unpaid job-protected leave for qualifying family and medical reasons, including childbirth. Mavromatis also filed a complaint with the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission alleging discrimination on the basis of sex, pregnancy, and retaliation. She claimed that she was working non-stop following her baby's birth, including while she was in the delivery room. She said in an interview, quote, "I was still bleeding and I just had to show up." She also said that in the year—
Okay, that's pretty crazy. If she actually did have to show up the day that she gave birth, I doubt that that's real, though. That's got to be fake. There's no way someone made you come to work the day that you gave birth to your kid. That's made up. That's a bullshit lie. I don't believe that for a second.
Years leading up to the termination of her employment, she experienced sexual harassment and workplace gender bias. Apparently, less than 3 weeks after she returned to work full-time after giving birth, she was fired. Due to all of this, Mavromatis says that she has—
I think she's just mad because she got fired. They were actually sexist.
suffered mental anguish, humiliation, embarrassment, and damage to her emotional and psychological well-being. She is seeking lost wages, lost benefits, and reinstatement, amongst various other forms of damages. Now, I think it's important to note here that the MrBeast company and its lawyers have been strongly denying these claims. Like, the word strongly might be an understatement. A representative for the MrBeast company has described the claims as a clout-chasing complaint, built on deliberate misrepresentations and categorically false statements, saying that they have the receipts to prove that that is the case. They also said that the company had extensive evidence, including messages, documents, and witness testimony that unequivocally refutes Mavromatis's claims. They said that they will not submit to opportunistic lawyers looking to manufacture a payday from us. There were also some more specific things shared, like the company sharing an exchange on their workplace messaging app called Slack, where apparently a coworker told Mavromatis that she shouldn't even be checking her messages after she had to cancel a meeting because she was in labor. And also in response to the claim that the company failed to inform her of her rights under the Family and Medical Leave Act, the company shared a screenshot of her signature confirming her receipt of the employee handbook, including their FMLA policies. So I mean, both sides are making extremely strong claims.
Yeah, I honestly believe MrBeast's side more, to be honest. As much as I would love this video to be like hating on MrBeast because of the tranny shit mainly, but which we can hate on that. That's fucking disgusting. Does he still have that guy hired, by the way? Does he still have the tranny fucking hired? Because if so, that's gross. But no, I'm siding with MrBeast on this one for sure. Seems like that woman was just got fired and was bitching.
And both sides seem pretty damn confident in their ability to prove their version of the story to be the correct one. And I mean, these claims just get worse and worse as you continue to get deeper and deeper into the details of this lawsuit. For example, one of the claims is that after a few months at the company, Mavromatis noticed that Jimmy, aka MrBeast, would not make eye contact with her, and due to this, she asked James Warren, MrBeast's cousin, for advice. And according to the complaint, his response was that Jimmy gets really awkward around beautiful women. Let's just say that when you're around and he goes to the restroom, he's not actually using the restroom, which is
That's a crazy fucking thing to say. What? Tell the lady that MrBeast is jerking off to her. I don't believe that that might have been what was said. It might have been just a joke, and he might have been being 100% serious about how MrBeast is awkward around women. I could see that 100%. I feel like MrBeast is probably like autistic or something. So I guarantee that he's awkward around women. But the thing about going into the bathroom and beating off is crazy.
Humanly, just an insane thing to say to a person, especially in a work setting. And I feel like it's the kind of thing that is just so damn specific that most people would struggle like making something like that up. You would think that if this was said, it was said as just like a shitty attempt at humor, like this guy just trying to embarrass MrBeast and make him look.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. It was definitely him just being like just trying to make a joke about MrBeast jerking off in the bathroom. I don't think that MrBeast is actually jerking off in the bathroom. And if he is, that's crazy.
Like a creep because he thinks it's funny. But like, if this is true, whatever the intention might have been, for the CEO of a company, which James was at the time, to tell an employee like, hey, you know the main guy around here? Yeah, whenever he sees you, he goes into the bathroom and jerks off, is...
Dude, I own a company and I sexually harass my employees all the time. It's fucking hilarious, dude. It's also construction in disguise. Not actual sexual harassment, just like joking around.
Absolutely absurd. Like, that is genuinely insane behavior. MrBeast's company responded to this and said that Jimmy's frequent bathroom trips were attributed to his Crohn's disease, which, like, yeah, probably the case.
Yeah, mostly. I forgot he had Crohn's. Yeah, that's definitely what it was. Oh, that's funny.
I feel like the bigger issue here is not why MrBeast was going to the bathroom. I feel like it's the joke and the implication that the fucking CEO of the company made. Interesting how they didn't really seem to address that. Anyways, that's pretty much all the information that's out there right now. This all just went public a few days ago from my understanding, so it'll probably be a few months before we really hear anything like concrete. Obviously, everything is still up in the air right now, but as an outsider looking in, this does not look good. I feel like after you reach a certain number of these claims of these sorts sorts of allegations, even the most skeptical of people really have to start questioning the idea that somehow all of these people are just doing this for fame, doing it for money, doing it for the clout. Like, look, if it was still early 2024 and it was all pretty much just like YouTube videos, okay, I would understand being a lot more skeptical, but I feel like a lot of people underestimate the risk and expense that is involved when it comes to opening up a lawsuit like this. Lawsuits like this cost a lot, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's even more expensive, it's even more stressful, it's more like everything negative associated with a lawsuit when you're going up
Yeah, dude, lawsuits suck.
against somebody that you know has like 10,000 times the funds that you have. Funds to hire the best lawyers to pick you apart.
Yeah, but guess what? He has a fuckload of money, so if you sue him and you get that a little bit of that money, it's pretty cool. That's what they're thinking when they sue. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have sued McDonald's because they spilt hot coffee on themselves and won millions of dollars. So it's like, yeah, you're going to sue someone who's richer than if you're going to sue someone who's poor. You're not going to get shit from someone who's poor. You know what I'm saying? People who are rich get sued all the time.
Funds to countersue you, funds to make this lawsuit an absolute living nightmare for you. Now look, obviously those things being the case does not like automatically make this lawsuit airtight. It doesn't make the claims true, but I do feel like it sort of changes the optics. I feel like these days a lot of people are very quick to be like, oh, if you're saying anything bad about anybody like big and established, you're just clout chasing, you're just looking for a payday. And if it's like a YouTube video or a tweet, okay, I can understand that sort of mindset, but a massive lawsuit like this is a completely different game. And
yeah, but you could make a lot of money. Maybe you're not clout chasing, but you're going for money. What do you mean?
a lot of people are probably not going to do it like willy-nilly. Some people will, for sure. That's why you can never just jump to conclusions. But I don't think you should jump to conclusions in either direction. Anyways, I'm curious to see how this all ends up playing out. If I'm not mistaken, the whole Beast Games lawsuit is still open, so probably not going to be the most fun year for the MrBeast company. With a whole shit show that was that live streamer event that MrBeast tried to pull off a couple of weeks ago that apparently went down terribly, it's beginning to look a lot like 2024 all over again. And I'm not sure that's a good thing. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, this whole thing looks a whole lot worse than it would if, like, this was the first time we had ever heard of anything like this going on at the MrBeast company, but obviously it is not. It's not even the second or third. So, I mean, like, once you get a pattern of stuff like this happening, a pattern of these sorts of allegations, these sorts of accusations, even if they go nowhere.
All right, we're going to end it right there. Yeah, I honestly think that woman is just suing because she wants money. So that's my thoughts on it. If you guys like this video, remember to like and subscribe because we are posting 2 videos every single day. Peace.